Alright lads, so today I'm kind of really late to this, but we did get our next banner announcement announced on the 13th like it usually used to be. So I wasn't expecting it today because we don't usually get banner announcements until like the 16th now. I actually haven't seen who the characters are just yet, but it is going to be a 13 squad summon, so this likely means that it's going to be some captains or lieutenants. I would like to see Isane or some character that we haven't seen in some time. It's a premium banner though, so let's check it out. And in this case, it's a RETSU, Genryusai, and also Jushiro. I guess I'll take it. Nice to finally see a free character banner, and nice to finally see a premium banner. For those that don't know, this is our first non-1000 year Blood banner since end the month of June. Can you believe it? It's been that long. So early Soul Society characters is what we are getting. Not really sure what to expect with these characters, but they are called the Brave versions. For a second there I thought it said Brave Battle. I was like, is this a free character Brave Battle banner? So right now, because we didn't actually talk about what it is going to be, one of these characters I expect to be a range Quincy killer with a team boost. And then maybe Jushiro is going to be the long-awaited power ultra farmer, right? Because we do know at the end of the month, on the 25th, so like 10 days from now, we are going to be getting the new update for farming link shop potions, the new quest. And with that, I assume, Killer, we're going to start making characters that can farm all three items. Link shop potions, droplets, and also super link shop potions. So first up, let's have a look at Genryusai. So firstly, he is a melee normal attack damage character. All of his attacks, except his normal attack, can inflict burn. That's interesting. He has a soul trait, normal attack damage inflicted at full stamina plus 40%. That's a good soul trait for... What attribute is he? We have to like scroll down in a minute. He does have an enemies defeated bonus. So after 40 enemies defeated, he gets an additional 20 bruiser. Only 20%, it's not like that crazy, but I guess it's kind of cool to see a GQ Nad unit get something that not every character does get, that being the enemies defeated bonus, and then of course he does get Flurry +2 in Guild Quest. Oh. Alright, so he's a speed character, human killer, so a new melee, right? Melee human killer, okay. Scrolling down, what we actually looking at here? Oh, so he gets quite a lot of bruiser to be fair, 10, 20, 30, 50% extra bruiser. The more you continue through the waves, the stronger the character gets. I kind of like the idea of it, I will be honest. And obviously, since he is designed around guild quests, he will get all these bonuses by the time you do get to the 5th boss. Alongside that, in terms of damage output, he has what you'd usually expect, right? Flurry +2 in guild quests. He has the extra melee damage, the extra berserker, 40% bruiser built in, gets the extra 50% on the final boss, and then also does have the extra 40% right there from his soul trait. Since he was given long reach and also guard break, he's going to have that added range. He's going to be at least playable outside of guild quest to a very certain extent. And then he also does have start barrier and also poise, so he can always do his damage. I am seeing some wasted skills here. Decrease human damage taken by 20%. It's kind of whatever. He's kind of a character designed not to get hit in the first place. And then also berserker. Why are we giving no attack damage characters berserker? I mean, we kind of saw a Shinji earlier last month, this time last month actually, where he was an SP unit with like a 50% bruiser. I mean, to be fair, at the same time, this is a normal attack damage character for GQ. He already has all the skills you want. What else would he get besides more damage output? I'm not really too sure. But for the most part, he's going to be your set standard guild quest character. I don't mind mid-month characters getting, you know, normal attack damage character for GQ. It's only when it's end of month and it's a 2-character banner does it really become a problem, at least for me. One of potential 3 characters in mid-month getting that treatment, I think is honestly fine. It's probably the best way to do it. So with that said, let me just quickly double check. Melee human. And yeah, Yama's going to fit in quite nicely. I mean, we do have access to a normal attack damage character like Sergeant, for example, and also Geo. So maybe we didn't entirely need a new character, but I guess it is nice still nonetheless to get a new character, right? A new premium alternative with a higher damage output when compared to the already currently existing melee normal attack damage characters that exist in the melee human guild quests. I was going to say that I would have liked him to be a team booster, but remember, Soifon is the team booster, right? The idea is that you use Soifon, so we don't really need a normal attack damage character with a team boost SA2 for them to be good, because we can actually use this Genryusai, and we can also use Geo, and then obviously you have Soifon as the main. So pretty decent character for what he wants to be, not too bad. Scrolling down, are we getting 2 guild quest characters? I was kind of expecting it because she should be the Quincy killer. Yeah, okay. So RETSU, I'm not gonna kind of hype because I kind of need her, I'll be honest. But 2 GQ characters in one battle? I mean, we'll see how it goes. So attack type is raised normal attack. Strong attack 2 is a heal. Kind of disappointing. That's not a team boost. That kind of sucks, I will be honest. Soul trait is normal attack damage plus 30%. Her skill is a team party buff to Soripers, giving them an additional 20% normal attack damage. And then, of course, she also does have Fly plus 2 in Guild Quest. So right now, what I'm seeing is, of course, she's going to be the new best normal attack damage character. It's just worth mentioning. It's good to finally have extra support for that Guild Quest phase. Because if you remember, if you were playing during April, right, when Aaroniero came out, the Future Society version, a lot of people were calling this character trash because it was still hard, even after pulling for him and getting him to beat the Nightmare Quincy Guild Quest. And it ultimately wasn't his fault. It was because we didn't have access to any good normal attack damage character. The only current existing Nat character you can use is a character that only has like Flurry plus 1, like a 40% bruiser. So this RETSU is basically replacing Ruruka. She has the more appropriate damage output, Flurry plus 2 in Guild Quest, more range damage, more killer effect, 70% bruiser with the extra 30%, so 100% bruiser, Flurry plus 2. She has what you want when it comes to Guild Quest content, right? And a range character with guard break and long reach is actually pretty cool. Again, the only thing I would have liked to see here is if she had a team boost SA2, so she could also be used alongside Ruruka. Because now with this character existing, you're going to use Aaroniero, you're going to use this RETSU, and then you're most likely now going to have to use like Mate Orihime or some other form of team booster to give your team those stats. If she had the team boost, what you could have done instead was used her, Aaroniero, and then maybe Yami for that extra 40% damage to enemies inflicted with a stat element. Maybe you could have paired her with someone like Ruruka. So kind of unfortunate, obviously, that she's not a team booster, but she is finally a good normal attack damage character for a Guild Quest phase that has actually needed it. Going into Jushiro, surely he's going to be the farmer. He looks to be a farmer, but not the one you actually think. He looks to be a normal farming character. So in this case, he's the strong attack character of the banner. Range strong attack. All of his attacks except his SA2 can inflict lacerate. His SA2 is a barrier, and that is why it can't inflict lacerate. He has a 70% coin drop increase. His soul trait also offers an additional 30%, so 100% coin drop. That's similar to, I believe, Menina that we did see earlier this year. The difference, though, is that he can actually give 30% as a soul trait, and then he also does have crystal and draw drop rate plus 50%. I guess, if anything, maybe this is a character in anticipation for the new, quest where you can farm all these items. A power hollow killer, that's not entirely what we did need, but this character isn't really anything other than a farmer, right? So, look at the damage output, frenzy plus 2, 60% more damage to lacerated enemies, with the extra 20% strong attack damage that he can give to power characters. This would be a tad bit more hype if Mugetsu didn't exist, I will be honest, because this buff here won't stack with Mugetsu, so I'm better off using someone like Mishiro, for example, that can give a 40% damage increase to enemies inflicted with an ailment, and then I can link her with Mugetsu, right? I mean, to be fair, damage output on this character really doesn't matter all too much, because he's basically just there to farm crystals and jewels and coins, right? So he's kind of like a whatever character, you're only ever going to use him for that aspect. It's nice they gave him a normal killer, but I don't think you'd ever use this character in Guild Quest. He does have a good damage output though, and also Havoc. So for the most part, it looks like Frenzy plus 2 and a good Berserker value seems to be the standard when it comes to mid-month characters, or standard of damage output when it comes to SP units, right? So at the bare minimum now, it looks like we're getting Frenzy 2, good Berserker value. And then end of month, I'm probably going to get Berserker, Frenzy 2, SP boost, more damage to stats afflicted enemies, or just like some crazy effects. But for the most part, he just seems to be quite a simple character, just the farm crystals and jewels. Looking at the actual banner itself though, it's whatever. A lot of premium characters here, some decent premium characters to be fair, like that Aaroniero is here. We have one seasonal character, Shuei is an amazing support, Dordoni is a decent team booster in the, I believe, Melee Espada Guild Quest, and then Yatsu is a seasonal. I believe this is maybe the first time she is a filler, so for the most part, this is going to be a very easy skip. If anything, I was going to say I might go to step 3 for RETSU, but then again, like, she's not a team booster, so I'd rather not. This seems to be a pretty good cooldown, a banner to skip with ease and save for the upcoming end of month banner. Nice to finally get a cooldown banner amidst all these 1000-year Blood War banners, and I don't actually mind it. I guess some people might be annoyed that there's 2 Guild Quest characters, and to be fair, Genryusai to a certain extent wasn't entirely needed, but I guess it is nice to finally get some updated normal attack damage characters for that phase. And then RETSU I did think was needed, right? That's what we needed in that particular phase. Ruruka is quite old, she's not always available in banners, and her damage output isn't as high as what you want to see with someone like RETSU. My problem with RETSU is that she really should have been a team booster. With that said though, let's have a look at the new characters and their gameplay. When was the last time we got a Yama? I actually can't remember. I guess it was the Mind Sokotsui Yama that we did get last year. Was it last year? So I guess it's finally nice to get Yama in his captain coat, right? This should be the one from, what do you call it, Society Arc? Is this when he flexes against Nanao? But that's weird to see all those enemies defeated bonuses. So again, I don't mind Yama. I feel like he's quite an interesting normal attack damage character. And it's only because of the enemies defeated bonus. But then again, that's just a way for them to give him more normal attack damage output. But it's a start. It's the first time we've had a normal attack damage character with enemies defeated bonuses. Let's get that for a character that's not designed for guild quests. And by the way, hopefully because we got 2 guild quest NAD characters this banner, we don't get any for end of month. I want end of month to be a good banner. So you can see here, they are using Soifon. Obviously, you should be using Soifon as a main, not as a side. But you can also pair this Yama with Geo, for example, or any other normal attack damage character. Does, of course, look like he has some decent range since he was given long reach. But he's overall going to be like a solid NAD character for his respective phase. And obviously get stronger by the time you get to the final boss. Again, would love to see the character of Flight Boss 2 outside of Guild Quest.
His true worth is shown when used as an auto-control.
His only worth, not true worth, his only worth is shown in Guild Quest. Let's see the visuals though. Naturally looks alright. I like the third hit. And you can see there's a sound effect when he does get those enemies defeated bonuses. SA1 looks to be an AoE in front of him. Not too bad. You kind of want these guys to have like fast activation. And no pushback attacks, right? SA2, small AoE around him. That kind of looks like a vortex, like a slow one. But I think it might just be melee collision. It looks alright. Not anything crazy. And his SA3, honestly, his strong attacks are very simple. Like almost no range to it. And then because of that, because it lacks range, the visuals in of itself looks kind of bad. But like for this character, it really doesn't matter.
I know.
Okay. Oh, that's kind of clean. That's a simple soul bomb. Just him flexing the soul, his unleashing his Zanpato. But I kind of like the visuals for that. I know it's referencing a scene, but I can barely remember it. I like it though. I feel like maybe it should have been a transform soul bomb. I mean, it's whatever. I'm not expecting anything crazy from these characters, right? It's a mid-month. It's a low priority banner. Then we have RETSU. Now, I believe the last time we got a premium RETSU, it was also from Soul Society. But her model looks alright. Again, they gave her a team heal. I would have loved to have seen a heal and boost, because look at the team they're using. You're not going to do 2 SP characters. What's her Natrin looking like? Her Natrin actually looks quite cool. And I believe I saw her SA2 is a Vortex. So that's a first, right? A heal SA2 and Vortex. And it's going to be a lot of like Happy Rankan, Hado Kido attacks, right? I like the SA2's visuals. That's going to be really good. And you can kind of combo that into the trap effect on Toshiro. And her attribute's actually quite good too, because she's a hard character, so she's never going to have attribute disadvantage. But again, quite a similar character, just there to do normal attacks. Like a Natring though. I like a Natring. I believe the last RETSU we also had was a ranged character. And I feel like this one has better Natring. SA1 is going to be AoE in front of her. Might be a beam forwards. But again, it really doesn't matter. Yeah, I like the SA2. I like that. The SA3 looks okay. It looks okay. Let's see the Sobon though. Do we see Minazuki? Last time, I believe the Sobon was just deactivating Minazuki. Okay, she's riding on it. Nice. Oh, she's angry. That's alright. It's alright. And now also we have Jushiro, the only SP character in this banner, and he's not really a character you're meant to play with. He's like a farmer. Natrin looks good though. They're ruined with the SA1. Oh, the SA looks good too. So he's just a character you take into the coin quest. Like, again, he's not really a character you're meant to use. Damn, that Natrin looks really cool. Why wasn't he the Nat character? I would have liked if he was the Nat character. Right, SA2 looks good too. Good range on it as well. I think, honestly, this character's visuals are quite simple. But that SA1 kind of ruins it. Like, is that like a Senjo Koten tiles than SA3? That's kind of cool if that's the case. Yeah, look at that range on that SA2. Oh, look at his barriers. It's the string of his Zanpakuto. Or the rope. That's kind of cool. Honestly, for a character that doesn't do anything, and has already gotten so many characters like of this version, just a base Jushiro or Shikai, I think this character's kind of cool. As far as Jushiro's can go, like, that SC2 looks cool. Has good range to it too. Is also a barrier and then gives him that unique looking string, I guess, just wrapped around him. Yeah, I like that as a free. I think that's the first time we've seen the attack as a strong attack and not a soul bomb. And then lastly, soul bomb. Is it just the character's flexing? Okay. There was potential with that. There was potential with that. I can't remember if the soul bomb or what the anime scene looked like. I don't like the background, but I do like how he has his just a sushi. And we get the transformation. Little slash. I guess he was doing that against Yamamoto. I feel like maybe this banner should have been Shunsui. But then again, Shunsui has already got like 2 characters this year, right? So maybe that's why we didn't get a Shunsui. I believe this is the first character for Yama, Retsu, and also Jushiro this year. And likely at this point, the only character they are going to get this year. Because they don't have anything going on with 1000 Year Blood War. Maybe they could get a season later down the line. But that's basically the banner lines. So that is the new banner. Even though it did get announced on the 13th, it is still coming out on the 19th, so this banner isn't going to be here for another 6 days. But I think for the most part, it's quite the easy skip. I would have maybe summoned on this banner, at least gone to step 3, to summon for Retsu if she was a team booster. Because seeing that she's not, I'm kind of fine with using my 5-5 Ruroka for the time being. Yama, again, seems to be another good normal attack damage character, but I already have a 5-5 Geo, so it kind of seems like I don't need to pull on this banner, which I'm kind of okay for. I've been doing a lot of summons here and there. I pulled on the End of Month banner too. Jushiro, the only playable SP character, is a character you're not really meant to use. He's just there for farming crystals, so in a way, this is the banner that I wouldn't recommend pulling on, just because it's 3 characters that you're not really meant to play with. You have 2 normal attack damage characters, and then you have a SP playable character, but someone that's really just meant to be in your team as you clear the quest with a faster character. I don't mind these characters getting new copies. I don't mind this banner existing. It is a mid-month. We kind of wanted a cooldown. Our last like 5 banners have all been 1000 Year Blood War. So it is nice to finally get a banner that's not high priority. We all skip it with ease, save our orbs for the upcoming end of month, which is likely going to be a pretty big banner. Have no idea what that's going to be, but it is 2 weeks away. And this banner right here gives us time to save orbs. Again, considering that there are 2 GQ NAD units in this banner, hopefully that means end of month is 2 really good playable SP units. That's what I want to see. Either way though, let me know in the comments below what you like to think about these characters, this banner. I'm curious to know what you have to say. I don't think there's anything like amazing to say about it. It's kind of just an easy skip. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Apologize for being late. Didn't know we were getting a banner announced today. And let's see you guys next time. Take care and peace.